Hello Nidorinas and Nidorinos, it is KingNido here, and today we're coming to you from Saffron City, where the fighting type Powerlinks are trying desperately to keep their season alive, but to do so they have to defeat the Heart Home Spectres, who have recently just dropped down to second place on the leaderboard. So let us know in the comments below who you think will win. Will it be the fighting types or will it be the ghost types? Let's send it down. But that is right, the Heart Home Spectres have only just dropped down to second place, but if they win here today, they will jump back up to first. So they start out with Typhlosion and Dragapult. It'll be Pawmot and Iron Valiant starting out for the Saffron Powerlinks, and immediately Dragapult goes for the Spike, but unfortunately it does fail. It is the second quickest Pokemon in the PokeType League, and Iron Valiant sets up for a dive, so it's going to hide underwater. If it goes for Typhlosion, that will be a great start, but first a Power Trip from Pawmot onto the Fire Ghost type. Super effective, but Typhlosion is actually able to tank that move, and it is going to respond with the coaching. It's probably predicting it's going to take a super effective dive, so it's going to boost that attack stat of Dragapult as well as the defense, but Dragapult has 120 base attack as it goes for the Zing Zap, but Iron Valiant will be able to avoid that attack because it's still underwater, but it will complete the dive, going for Typhlosion, and Typhlosion is eliminated with that super effective move. This is the start the Saffron Powerlinks need, as a Stun Spore onto Dragapult is going to slow it down because it is going to be left paralyzed. But not only that, it may be unable to move due to the paralysis, and out comes Decidueye for the Heart Home Spectres as Iron Valiant with the Flame Charge going for Dragapult. It should have gone for Decidueye because that was not very effective, but Iron Valiant does boost its speed, and Pawmot follows it up with the Draining Kiss. Or going for Decidueye, that should have gone for Dragapult. Decidueye is going to respond with the Air Slash though. It won't be super effective due to the electric typing of Pawmot, who receives the Shockwave from Dragapult as well, and we get the Mystical Fire. This will be super effective onto Decidueye from Iron Valiant. Decidueye does have its special attack stat lowered here as well, which is a base 100, and we get the Spin Out onto Dragapult. Great hit there from Pawmot, but it is going to lower that speed stat of Pawmot a great deal. Decidueye responding with the Dragon Dance here, so not responding with the offensive. Instead, it is going to boost its attack here as well as its speed. Now you have to think it will be quicker than Pawmot, but Dragapult is unable to move due to its paralysis, and this will open the door for Iron Valiant to go for a Brick Break, which will not hit the ghost types. They are immune to fighting type attacks, which means the Saffron Powerlinks cannot capitalize on that stab advantage, but the Hyper Voice will hit both fighting type Pokemon, and again Dragapult is unable to move due to its paralysis. This opens the door for a Baby Doll Eyes from Pawmot, but due to its clear body, Dragapult's stats will not be lowered. Iron Valiant though follows it up with the Sand Attack, but yet again the clear body ability is activated of Dragapult. Decidueye capitalizes on this with a Synthesis, so it is going to restore its health, and it will not get itself back to full strength, but it gets some much needed restoration there as Dragapult goes with the Curse, and this is different when a ghost type uses it because it cuts into its own health, but it targets Iron Valiant, who is going to be on the receiving end of that Curse. Now Dragapult has been eliminated there by Pawmot. Great hit, but Iron Valiant will still be on the receiving end of this Curse, which means its health is going to be cut into. Iron Valiant is afflicted by this Curse. It will only win this matchup for a little bit longer, but now Skeledirge comes out for the Heart Home Spectres, and we get the Bone Rush onto Skeledirge. Fantastic play by Iron Valiant, capitalizing on that part Fire typing. Critical hit as well, hitting Skeledirge for 2 connections there. And Decidueye with the Jaw Lock will eliminate Pawmot. Not very effective, but it counts because it gets the elimination, which is very needed for the Heart Home Spectres, and it's followed up by the Throat Chop onto Iron Valiant, which is not very effective, but Iron Valiant will continue to be afflicted by this Curse. It'll probably be only around for one more turn at this rate, as out comes Hawlucha for the Powerlinks, and it has that Mold Breaker ability. Iron Valiant, still with the speed advantage, goes for the Fake Tears. It doesn't go on the offensive, which I have to think it should have, but it will lower that special defense of Skeledirge a great deal. Hawlucha is going to follow it up with the Sacred Sword, yet again though, will not affect the ghost types. Decidueye then is able to respond with the Barb Barrage, gets a great hit onto Hawlucha, and Skeledirge is going to follow it up with the Scale Shot, but it won't affect Iron Valiant, who is part Fairy type. But it doesn't matter because that Curse is going to take Iron Valiant out of this matchup, and it will level the playing field. We are down to 4 Pokemon on either side as out comes Gallade for the Saffron Powerlinks Hawlucha with the speed advantage goes for the Fury Cutter onto Skeletorge. Not very effective due to that part fire typing. Decidueye looking to respond for its side with the T-time, so everyone is going to chow down on their Leopard Berries, which is going to slow down the field of play. And whilst it does, I will remind you that if you enjoy what you're seeing, please leave a like, share, subscribe, help this channel grow, help this season grow for seasons to come. Now the Saffron Power Leagues are in 12th place, so they are still in a leader's 8 position, but if they fall out of that top 12, they will not be able to go into the finals, as Gallade with the Nuzzle onto Skeletorge. Very minimal damage, but it will leave Skeletorge paralyzed, and we saw what this did to Dragapult earlier on in this matchup. It practically shut out the Pseudo Legendary as a Horn attack in response onto Gallade from Skeletorge, and we get the Scary Face from Hawlucha onto the Fire Ghost Top, which is greatly going to lower Skeletorge's speed. And Decidueye with the slash onto Gallade, a critical hit, and Gallade is eliminated. The Heart Home Spectres have taken the lead for the first time in this matchup, and this is terrible for the Saffron Powerlings, as Skeletorge unable to move due to its paralysis. And out comes Tauros. This is a Paldean Tauros, as the Payday will not affect Decidueye from Hawlucha. Decidueye is going to respond with the Air Cutter, hitting both Hawlucha and Tauros. Super effective on both fighting type Pokemon. Tauros is going to respond with the Focus Blast, but they keep going for these fighting type moves on the Ghost type Pokemon. And this is not helping the Saffron Powerlings, as the Will-O-Wisp from Skeletorge onto Tauros is going to leave it with a burn, which is going to do passive damage to it, but even more so, it will cut into its 110 base attack, as well as Tauros is feeling the effects of the burn here on the field. Hawlucha is going to go with the Dire Claw onto Skeletorge. Not very effective. Skeletorge is able to tank that hit, and Decidueye with the Weather Ball going for Hawlucha here. And Hawlucha is able to hold on, but is such an easy target, as Tauros with the Simple Beam is going to change that Blaze ability of Skeletorge into the Simple ability, meaning that its stats can go higher and lower, more so than what they normally can, but it is paralyzed, so it doesn't matter. It's unable to move. It doesn't have an impact on this turn, but Tauros feeling the impact of that burn still. Hawlucha looking to do its bit, goes with the Growth, so it is going to boost its attack stat. Hawlucha does have a 92 base attack. It's the only Pokemon on the Saffron Powerlings with an attack stat less than 100, but it doesn't matter, because that Steel Wing from Decidueye has eliminated Hawlucha, and Tauros responding with the Scratch, but normal type moves will not affect the Ghost types either. This opens the door for Skeletorge to go for the Psych Up here, which means it's going to copy Taurus' stat changes, and if it's copied that attack change, it will not help Skeletorge whatsoever, as out comes Persimmon. Last Pokemon for the Saffron Powerlings, and Decidueye immediately with the false swipe onto Tauros. Gets a good hit there. It's not a shiny though, and Tauros with the Morning Sun is going to get some much needed health restored, as that burn will continue to do damage. Persimmon with the Wood Hammer here onto Decidueye. Not very effective. Actually gets a good hit though. Persimmon does get a little recoil damage, and Skeletorge yet again unable to move due to its paralysis. And there is that burn, still continuing to do damage to Tauros, who just had its health restored. And Decidueye with the Dragon Pulse now onto Persimmon, gets a really good hit there on the fighting type. And Tauros with the Mega Kick, which is a normal type move, so Skeletorge is immune to it yet again. And the Cotton Guard now from Persimmon, it is going to boost its defense a great deal. Now, it is much more of a physical Pokemon, but still has an impressive 90 base defense, as the Poison Gas from Skeletorge will fail for Tauros, but it will leave Persimmon poisoned. So Persimmon's poisoned, Tauros is feeling the burn. They're both going to be taking continuous damage. They really need to hit heavy right now and get some eliminations, because there's still 4 Pokemon remaining for the Heart Home Spectres, as Decidueye with another Air Slash. Super effective there onto Tauros. Tauros is flinched. It's unable to move. Persimmon though with the Psy Strike onto Decidueye. Gets a good hit, but Decidueye is still in this match, and Skeletorge is going to respond for its side by setting up the spikes, which will have no impact. If there were remaining Pokemon coming out for the Powerlings, they would land in those spikes and take damage, but there's nobody left on the bench. Persimmon and Tauros are the last remaining hope, as Persimmon feels the effects of that poisoning. Tauros feeling the effects of the burn, but they are both still in this. They need something magical, as the Flash Cannon from Decidueye onto Persimmon. Persimmon holds on. Tauros responds with the Sandsear Storm, and Skeletorge is eliminated by that super effective move. Decidueye does take some damage as well, but that is a massive elimination, critical hit, and Skeletorge is out of this matchup. Persimmon looks to follow it up. It goes with the Poison Jab, and Decidueye is eliminated. The huge play has been completed by the Saffron Powlings. They need to do that again because they probably only have about 1 turn left. But this is massive. The Saffron Powlings could pull the ultimate upset here as the Heart Home Spectres send out Drifblim, and joining Drifblim is Goldango. It is a 2 versus 2 battle. Tauros with the Accelerock going for Drifblim. Super effective, but Drifblim is able to tank that move. Goldango is going to respond with the Discharge. This hits everybody on the field. Massive damage to Drifblim, but Drifblim holds on. Tauros is eliminated. Persimmon is eliminated. Goldango gets the 1 Pokemon. Huge play. And the Heart Home Spectres continue their domination over the season, and they do reclaim the top spot on the leaderboard, as next round they will be taking on the Cortondo Dustmites. The Powlings hold on in 12th place, so they are still in the leader's 8th position, but next round they'll be going up against the 3rd place Fortree Tempest. And until then, Nidorinos, thank you so much for watching. Let us know in the comments below who you thought was the best on field, and if you enjoyed what you saw, please leave a like, share, subscribe, but more importantly, always remember, you are awesome, and I'll see you when you see me.